It's bigger than hip hop, hip hop.
What's up, PokeBattlers? This is Derek420Phareal here, and I got my first upload for the PokeBattlers channel, and I got a battle here with MrDonphan, and this is gonna be an NU battle, of course, because everybody knows Donphan loves NU. So I lead with my Specs Charizard, and he leads with his Torkoal, and he switches out, fearing I don't know, I guess Belly Drum or whatever, but I'm Specs, so I'm just gonna go straight out for the Air Slash, and he switches into his Floatzel to take the Air Slash, but it doesn't take it too well, and gets him down probably to like 10 HP, and I send in my Porygon 2 to take the Aqua Jet because I knew it was pretty much coming, and it doesn't do all that much, and it kills him with Life Orbs, so that's good. I'm up by a poke now, and looking pretty good. And I gained some lefties, and he sends in his Turtles for the win, and I'm gonna go ahead and Toxic him, and just to get residual damage off on him, and he's gonna go ahead and set up Stealth Rocks, and now my Charizard is pretty much useless, I suppose, because I know he's gonna get raped by rocks. And so he takes some poison damage, and I'm gonna switch out, and I'm gonna go into my Charizard now to guess take the fire move because I wasn't sure what he was gonna do. And he goes for the Lava Plume, and it's not very effective. So it only does like 50 or so HP. And so he gains some lefties, and he takes some poison damage, and I know he's switching, but I went ahead and went for the Focus Blast anyway. And he switches into his Articuno, and that ain't gonna do nothing to it really. But it does I guess a substantial amount for being that it was neutral damage. And I'm just gonna go for another one because I can't switch back in my Charizard, so he's pretty much useless. And I get him down below half, and I get the special defense drop, which is good. And he goes for a Toxic. And I guess he was predicting the switch, but now my Charizard's toxic, and I'm taking poison damage, and he's gonna get some lefties, and I'm just gonna go for a Focus Blast again, and he goes for the Roost because I missed, and gets off all that damage back, and so that's kind of gay, but whatever. And so I take some poison damage, and I'm about to die here, and I'm locked into Focus Blast. So I figure I'll just go for a Focus Blast because I don't want to switch anything in and like leave him in for switch fodder later because I really could care less about that. And I get a I didn't even get a crit, but I did way more damage that time thanks to the special defense drop. And he roars me out, and I go into it brings me into my Rampardos, and this is a Scarfed one, of course, because he already has a massive attack stat. And he switches out his Articuno, and he goes back into his Torkoal, and I'm gonna go for the Stone Edge, but I miss, of course. And he gains some lefties, and he gets some poison damage, and so I'm gonna stay in and go for the Stone Edge again, because I know it's super effective. And I wasn't sure if it one-hit KO, but there's a high chance for a crit coming. But it takes him down low, and he Lava Plumes, and it's not very effective, so didn't do crap really. And he gets some lefties, and he takes some more poison damage, and I'm gonna go ahead and go for a Stone Edge again to finish him off. And now his Torkoal goes down, so now he's gonna bring in his Tauros, and I don't want to stay in, and because of the Intimidate, I really didn't want my stats cut in half. But he goes for a Pursuit, predicting me to switch, which is highly predictable. But it doesn't kill me. It brings me down to 60, and this is the first time I use this Vespiquen, and I didn't know it got raped by rocks. I didn't even think about that for some odd reason. But I guess he was predicting me to attack, and he switches out and goes into his Magneton, and I'm going to go for Defend Order. And now I know I can't really touch this Magneton, so I'm going to have to switch out, I guess. And I gain some lefties, which really ain't going to help because I'm going to get raped by rocks again. So I send in my Charizard to die to Stealth Rocks to see what he's going to do. And he goes for the Hidden Power. I'm not sure what Hidden Power that was, but I'm going to bring in my Sneasel to scare him off with the fighting attack, but he outspeeds, of course, and he goes for the Hidden Power, which is I have no clue because it's super effective, so I'm not sure what it was. But I'm going to go ahead and go for the Brick Break, and that's going to do some damage to it, and I'm going to kill myself. I got a crit. I don't think it really mattered, honestly, because I'm Life Orb. So I go down, he goes down, and So we got blind switch in. He goes into his Tauros, and I stupidly went back into my Rampardos. And now that I take Stealth Rock damage, I can't switch him back in. I should have known he was going to switch into the Tauros because I've already seen it. And I'm just going to go ahead and go for the Zen Headbutt to get some damage off on it because I can't switch it out now. And he goes for the return, and that's going to kill me because I have 18 HP, and I can't live one of those with that much HP. So my Rampardos goes down, and now I lost my Scarfer. So now I'm going to switch into my Porygon 2, Noisy locked in into return, and I'm going to get off Intimidate thanks to Trace. And he's going to switch out and go to his Articuno, and I'm going to go ahead and go for a Toxic on the switch. And so now I know I'm getting residual damage on this thing, which is good because I know it's got Roost already because I've already seen that. And so he's going to take some Toxic damage, and I'm going to gain some lefties. And so he goes for the Toxic now to get some damage off on me, but I'm not really sweating it because I have Recover. Now I'm going for Discharge, hoping for the special attack raise because I'm just a defensive Porygon too. And it does an alright amount, I suppose. And he takes some more toxic damage, and I'm going to take some toxic damage now. So this is going to be like a long stall war right, for a little while here. And he goes for the Roost as predicted, and he's going to get up past half. But, you know, Poison's increasingly getting worse, and I'm just going to go for the Discharge. And it doesn't do crap thanks to him roosting and losing his flying type. And so he takes some more toxic damage, and this battle is actually pretty long, so my bad. I cut it down to 1.5 times speed, but that still wasn't good enough. So now I have to switch out and go in this Tauros and get the Intimidate off, which really doesn't matter. And I'm going to switch out two at the same time, and I'm going to go into my Shift Tree and take some rock damage. And I predict him to switch, so I'm going to go for the Nasty Plot. And he brings in his Articuno, and I set up the Nasty Plot. And now I'm going to go ahead and go for the Dark Pulse, I do believe. And he's taking some more poison damage, which is helping me kill him off. And I go for the Dark Pulse, and I get a crit. I'm not sure if it mattered after the Nasty Plot, but I'm pretty sure it probably did. But I take some Life Orb damage, and in comes Metacham, and I predict some kind of status move, so I go ahead and go for the Nasty Plot. And he goes for the Endure, and I was like, oh crap, now I'm going to be able to go for the Dark Pulse after his Endure fails the second time. So I'm going to be able to take out that Metacham in one shot. So that's looking good for me now. And I take some more Life Orb recoil, and I'm looking good on health, but he gets Intimidate off, which really doesn't matter on this special attacker. And he goes for the return. I probably should have went for the Sucker Punch, but, you know, I didn't even think about that. And that's going to kill me, of course, with a crit. I'm not sure if that actually mattered neither, because I'm sure he's banned it. And I send in my Vespa Queen. I don't know why. But I send her in. I forgot she got raped by rocks. And so he goes for the return, and that's going to KO me, because I'm only at 43. And down goes my Vespa Queen, and now down to our last pokes. And so I'm going to go ahead and trace his Intimidate, and so now I cut his attacks in half, so which is good, because he's locked in the return, which is going to do a good amount, but, you know, not enough. And I go for the Toxic, and I'm pretty sure I could live another one after lefties and Toxic damage, since it was the first turn of me being in on Toxic. So I'm going to go ahead and take the next return, and I'm going to recover off. And I was just hoping he didn't get a crit here. And he doesn't. I live with 15 HP, and I go ahead and recover it off. And so now I'm looking at a good amount of HP now. And he's takes some more poison damage, and I do the same. But I have way more HP than him, so I'm not really worried about it. And he goes for the return, and it's going to bring me down to 52, I believe, and I'm going to go ahead and go for the Ice Beam, and I'm going to crit, and it's going to KO because of the crit, which I'm sure mattered. And so that's a good game, Donphan, and y'all let me know if y'all liked it.